Knife dope. More dope. Come and get your fix. What's up, fuckers? Your boy is back with a fresh batch of dope. Knife dope. That's right, people. The hits don't stop. Now, if you follow my channel, you know how serious I come, or how serious I am when it comes to mod life. Love to mod me some knives. Now, this is my Demko AD20. Got it sometime about a year and a half ago. First thing I did was I added those titanium original goat scales. Totally changed the knife for me. Then I added that Lynch Northwest Side deep carry titanium pocket clip. Well, we leveled up once again, boys. And I added this original goat titanium backspacer with ball groove milling. I think, unfortunately, if you're a fan of the ball groove pattern, I do not believe they are offering that anymore. Don't quote me on that, as you can always reach out. Just be sure to use code FUCKER to save yourself 15% while shopping at Original Goat. Okay, people, the shilling has stopped. Let's get to the dope. Now, first up, before we get to today's knives, I want to give a little quick acknowledgement to someone who felt the need to send me a card, and I want to make sure that I give them their due. This was such a sweet gesture. This was actually sent to me by Sean from Watch City Knives, wishing me and mine a wonderful Christmas. Thank you, buddy, for that. If you're not following him, go ahead and give him a shot at Watch City Knives on YouTube. Now, the first knife we're going to be taking a look at today in my Small Knives Matter series is coming to us from TRM. Now, full disclosure, I had reached out to TRM, I'd say maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, asked if I could review some of their knives. They asked me to choose which one I wanted to check out, and this is the one we went with. I decided to take a shot on this one, which is the Holy Nerd. Now, prior to handling this, I've tried, I think, every other model of theirs. So this was the main reason why I wanted to try this out, as well as my affinity for small knives. Now, these come in, or at least this version you see here, comes in about $200. These are 100% USA made. We do got some beautifully contoured G10 scales. Now, this particular color variation of the scales is not my favorite, but they are wonderfully done. You do get a pill shape cut out for your deployment. Let's check it out. Woo! And the D10 is dialed the fuck in. 5.5 inches is our overall length, so definitely more of a fifth pocket knife. We've got 2.2 inches of CPM magna cum laude. Love that nice dark stonewash finish we've got on the blade. Full flat grind. Rocking 90 thousandths blade stock thickness. We've got some sort of like a modified drop foot apparatus. Very reminiscent, or actually I say about identical to the size, or rather the shape of the shadow. Really love that flat spot we've got there towards the tip. When you're in the pinch grip doing your detail cuts, it just allows you to get all that pressure right on the tip. We do get a nested liner lock for your locking mechanism. Plenty of room for your disengagement. Now, TRM knives are all on washers, I think, with the exception of the Bulldog. I think that, yeah, the Bulldog now does come with bearings. But I love a good washer knife. This has actually been in my pocket for about at least a month at this point. I've been carrying it pretty much every day to every other day. It is that useful and that fun to carry. We've got T6 on the body as well as on the pocket clip. T10 in the pivot. Now, the interesting thing to note on this when it comes to any TRM knives outside of the shadow is you can actually change the scales without removing the pivot. They sent me a nice set of red micarta scales. I've been kind of swapping in and out because it's just super simple to swap out. 1.7 ounces is the weight. I love it, man. This knife has been so useful to keep in the pocket. I just definitely anticipate myself getting a titanium one at some point. Now, before we get to the next ones, let's just put two quick comparisons. And let's go with my two favorite small knives. First one is going to be this one, the Spyderco Little Native. That one is a REC exclusive. And then we're going to go with the knife that actually introduced me to small knives and made me fall in love with them. That is the legendary Ben Peterson design Civivi Baby Banter. So there's the Nerd up against those. I tell you, the Nerd just has quite possibly replaced my my Baby Banter, or at least tied for it for favorite small pocket knives. So that is the first one today, the TRM Nerd. All right, this next one is brought to us as an exclusive from TPK. Now, forgive me for being late to this party, but at least your boys showed up. This is the DVO Nip Slip. Now, like I mentioned, these are TPK exclusives, and as fate would have it, I can save you a couple of bucks by using these codes. Now, back to the Nip Slip. This is the slip joint version to the DVO Nip. Only difference is these are actually OEM by QSP, and it is a slip joint. These come in about $200 or $199 to be exact, $199, and that's before any discount code. You do get a long pull, reminiscent of like a fuller for your deployment. Oh, listen to that, people. Shit. Looking about an 8 out of 10 as far as pull strength goes. Now back to specs, we've got 5.5 inches overall length, so right in tune with the Nerd. 2.25 inches of S90V. Steel of the gods. Nice sheep's foot blade here. Belt satin finish. Full length hollow grind. Do not have a blade stock thickness for you, but trust me as I never shit you, she is a slicey hoe. Now we've got slightly contoured titanium scales, titanium integral bolster, I should say, bead blasted finish. Now this version has got what they call the fat carbon dark matter orange inlay, done exceptionally well. I tell you, when QSP can make a fucking slip joint, people. Now we do get a nice generous finger choil, so I can definitely get my full purchase, no refund. 2.5 ounces is the weight. Now, you know, like most slip joints, there is no pocket clip. I would have loved a clip on this one. But man, oh man, is this so addicting with that walk and talk. And I'm not a slip joint guy, but I definitely see one of these in my future. Now let's go ahead and put two quick comparisons up for this one. Let's go with another slip joint. One of the few in my collection, also from QSP, and also a TPK exclusive. That one is the Hedgehog. And then last up, another goddamn Baby Banter. This time the Wharncliffe apparatus. So there you see the Nip Slip up against those. I tell you, man, it's getting harder and harder now. Another favorite small pocket knife here. And this one, gonna be adding that one at some point soon. All right, this last one is coming to us from Concept. Now, if you follow me, you'll know pretty much that I've really never been a big fan of Concept knives. But as of late, they've been dropping a couple of models that have caught my eye. And this one's no different. This one is the Osprey. This one actually is the cheapest out of all three. This one comes in at $137. These are manufactured in China, just like the Nip Slip. Get a couple of forms of deployment. Got a nicely done front flipper with some jimping that goes up and over the flipper. Now the jimping's not my favorite. It's not very grippy, but it does function well. And then you also get a nice cutout. Check it out. Woo! And of course, the detent is dialed the fuck in. Now this is actually the largest out of all three knives. This one comes in at 5.6 inches, 2.3 inches of CPM S35VN. Now I know a lot of people kind of seem to, to shit on S35VN, but it's such a good steel. I think it's still classified as a super steel. Very easy to strap back and sharpen. Has some good stainless properties. I've got no issues with it. Now they're calling this a cleaver blade. I would probably lean more towards like a hawkbill vibe. Flat grind is kind of shallow on that flat grind, but we only have 100 thousandths for your blade stock thickness, along with that crown spine, so it should cut with no issues. 2.4 ounces is the weight. We do get a frame lock, plenty of room for disengagement. Now I was a little bit worried when the knife is this small if the frame lock is going to be easily, easily manageable, and it is. It is riding on cage bearings. mil titanium pocket clip. I mean, for $137, this is a great little small knife, man. Definitely surprised by this. We do get some chamfers going on. I think these might even be slightly contoured. Yeah, slight contour nature to the scales. Ergonomically, you don't have a spot to choke up on, but I can still get all 4 fingers on the handle. And due to the shape of the handle, it does kind of nestle nicely in the hand. So yeah, I dig it, man. Now, 2 quick comparisons on this one. Figured I'd bring this baby out. One of my favorite pickups this year, and that is the Micro Jimbo. And then last up, a knife that I forgot the name of, coming to us from Civivi, and that one was a O-Stop Hell design. If you remember the goddamn name, let me know in the comments. But there you see the Osprey up against those. I tell you, man, I think in my collecting, I've taken a turn for smaller knives at some point. Used to love big and oversized knives, and I still do occasionally. But when it comes to daily carries, I like a knife to top out at about 7 1/4 overall, and then I always got to have me a pocket banger in the 5th pocket. But more importantly, I want to know what you fuckers think. Do small knives matter to you? Tell me all about it. Love you, mean it. Until the next time, cut something, cut someone. Just don't cut yourself. Stay dangerous, fuckers!